How's it going, class? So it's your professor here to talk to you guys about SQL database. So in this lesson, we're going to talk about manipulating data, objectives. So here's going to be your skills and concepts. You're going to be using queries to select data. You're going to be using queries to insert data, updating data in database, and deleting data. So your objective domain description, it will be select, insert, update, and delete. So queries. The select query is to retrieve or extract data from one table, how to retrieve or extract data by using joins, and how to combine results using union and intersect. There are only three things you need to ensure are identified in your statement to form a proper select query. So columns to retrieve, tables to retrieve from, and then conditions, if any, which the data must satisfy. So here, select first name, last name, salary from employees where salary. So here's they're using greater than or equal to 50,000. That query would then produce the following results. Here you have your first name. Your first name will be all the names here that are unique, and your last name, same thing, unique, and then here you have your salary. And then here, once you enter that, right, 4 rows will be affected as a result. So combining conditions, you can combine several conditions in one query statement to satisfy your requirements. Here you have your select first name, last name from employees where department is equal to shipping, gender is equal to a female, and hired is equal to or greater 2011. And here you're gonna have your select. You're gonna combine that from first name, last name from employees where department is equal to shipping or employee ID is less than or equal to 61,007. So here we talk about between clause. In some situations, you may need to retrieve records that satisfies a range of condition where it needs to also contain a value that is within a range of another specified value. So select first name, last name, hire date from employees where hire date is greater than or equal to 1/1/1990, and hire date is less than or equal to 1/1/2000. So here this is going to be searching from in between those two dates. Your not clause, in some instances, is simply to just write your query to search data in the terms of what you don't want in your output. So transact SQL provides you with the not keyword for use in such situations. Select first name, last name from employees where not departments equal to shipping. You have your union clause, which anything that's combining. The union clause allows you to combine the results of 2 or more queries into a resulting single set that will include all the rows which belong to the query in that union. So here you're going to put select first name, last name from employees where departments equal to shipping. Union select first name, last name from employees where hire date between 1/1/1990 and 1/1/2000. So anything in between that, they're going to combine. Your accept and intercept clause. So the accept clause returns any of those distinct values from the left query which are not also found in the right query. The intercept clause returns any distinct values not returned both the query on the left and right sides of this operand. Then you have your join clause, which allows you to combine related data from multiple table resources. There are 3 types of join statements you should be aware of. Your inner joins allow you to match related records taken from different source tables. Your outer joins can include records from one or both tables you are querying which they do not have any corresponding records to be found in the other table. And in here you have your cross joins. Return all rows from one table with all the rows from another table where conditions should always be included. You have your inserting data. If you're looking to insert small quantities of data, for example adding a few or new rows into your database, you accomplish this 2 different ways: your graphical interface tool and then your insert statement. When you have your update statement, the update clause allows you to modify the data which is stored in tables using data attributes such as the following: update table name, set attributes equals a value, where conditions. So if you guys went through a bunch of those projects and lessons, you guys definitely know a lot and practice a lot on update. You have your delete statement. You can use the delete statement to remove 1 or few more rows in the table or view it by using the following SQL delete from table name where the conditions. So this is if you need to delete a data, you go ahead and use this statement. And then you have your truncate. delete and drop table statements. Perhaps you would like to delete all the rows from a particular table. You could use the truncate table statement, although you may be tempted to use the delete and where conditions. Truncate table, table name. The removal of an entire table looks like this: drop table, table name. So here you're just gonna delete all your data from that table, right? Your referential integrity. One of the most common mistakes of database manipulation is the accidental loss of an entire table. The best way to avoid this type of situation in the first place is to ensure your database is using referential integrity. So referential integrity does not allow deletion of tables unless they are actually at the end of the relationship. So let's just go ahead and recap. The SQL command for retrieving any data from a database is select. There are only 3 things you need to ensure are identifying your statement to form a proper select query: columns to retrieve, tables to retrieve from, and the condition of any which the data must satisfy. So a between clause allows you to specify the range to be used in a between x and y query format. The not keyword is used to search data in terms of what you don't think in your output. The union clause allows you to combine the results of any 2 or more queries into a resulted single set that will include all the rows which belong to the query in that union. The except clause returns any of those distinct values from the left query which are not also found on the right query. The intersect clause returns any distinct values not returned by both the query on the left and right sides of this operand. The join clause allows you to combine related data from the multiple table sources. To insert data for instances, you can use the graphical interface tool to use the insert statement. The function of the update statement is to change data in the table or a view. The delete statement is to perform the exact function in states. Remove rows from a table or a view. The truncate table statement will only remove the actual data from within the table, but will leave the table structure in a place for future use. And then the removal of an entire table is done with the drop table command. The best way to avoid the accidental deletion of an entire table is to use referential integrity. Referential integrity does not allow deletion of tables unless they're actually at the end of the relationship. So to recap, this is going to be most of your database techniques that you guys will be using for your class. So hopefully you guys learn a little bit more about the concepts of using different type of statements, and I wish you guys have the best day. Thank you.